Hey Techios, how are you guys? Well, it's 2 a.m. in the morning and it's too cold out here, but I know you guys are here to learn this mysterious trick of creating a web page just by using pure Python code. Well, if you want to create a simple web page like this or like this, and just for this, you have to learn big frameworks like Django or Flask, which comes with lots and lots of documentations. We can see that, well, you don't have to because, well, let me tell you a very secret module, Pywebio, which can help you to create a web page in a few lines of code without lots and lots of setup. Let's see how we can do it. So guys, this is a web page we are going to create and this says click me. Well, when you click on it, it will load for some time and it will print a particular fact about something. Well, if you click it again, you will get another fact. This is a very simple website which just fetches facts on a click of button. But this is a very cool one as well, right? And for this, we will use the Pywebio module. We will create this code in few lines of Python native code and you will see how simple it is. Okay, so just before starting to write our code, we need to install few required modules. For this, we will go to our terminal and install request module and pywebio module. First, let's install the request module. For that, we will say pip install requests. Press enter. The request module will get installed. After that, install the pywebio module. For that, we will say pip install pywebio. Well, this is only requirement and this is the only setup you need to do to create a web page using pywebio. Now let's create a Python file. We will say touch simple page.py. Our file is created. Let me open the file with text editor and start writing our code. Let's just import few required modules. First one is import requests and next is from pywebio dot output import all and from pywebio dot session import all. Well, we have to use few methods from the output and the session module of Pywebio. And whatever method we will use, I will tell you about it. And also I will tell you from which module it is there, whether it is from the output or whether it is from the session. First, we will use a method from pywebio.output. The method is put underscore HTML. Inside this, we need to pass an HTML code and that will be rendered by our browser. Basically, if you want to make any HTML code run in the browser, pass it in the put HTML method. Inside this, we will create our smiley. So let me say p, use a p tag and close the p tag as well. Also use an h2 tag and close the h2 tag as well. And now we need to use the image tag, give it a source, and apart from it, give it a width. Let's give it a width of 10%. And I have the link of the image, but you can use any image, or if you want to use the same image which I have used, for that you can go to the description and get the image link. Let me paste the image and that's it. We have created our smiley in our web page. Well, next we need to create the button which will say click me. For that we will say put underscore buttons, and this put buttons basically is a method inside the pywebio.out. This will output a button and inside this we can pass a list of buttons. But we just need to create one button. So for that we will create a list and inside this we'll pass a single button. Basically for creating a button, we need to pass the attributes of our button. So for that create a dictionary and inside this pass few keys like label and give the label to our button that will be click me and a value to our button. Value will be outline success outline success. Then the color will be outline success as well. So let me give it a color line success. And there is a compulsory parameter to pass when we create a button is the on click functionality. So we will pass an on click parameter and give it a method name. Well, we have not created a method, so let's create it as well. So before giving the method name, let's create a method. Basically, whenever the button is clicked, this method will be called. So we will say def fun fact. So we are just trying to create some facts. Let's write the name of the method as fun fact. Let me for now print a static text fact. Okay, and in the on click pass the method name. The method name is fun fact. We will say fun fact. Call one more method, hold. Well, this hold method comes inside the session, and what it basically does is it holds the session. Basically, it doesn't allow your program to exit without you actually exiting the web page. Let me save it. Now, whenever a button is clicked, fun fact will be called with some default argument. Well, we don't need to use those arguments for now, but we need to consume it. For that, just pass an argument in the fun fact. Let's say obj, save it, and let's try to run our program, test it what we just did. Before that, let's call the hold method. Hold is a method in the sessions, and basically what it does is it holds your session and doesn't allow your browser to access. So let's do one thing. Let's run the program. For that, we will say Python 3 simple page.py and enter it. You have a beautiful image, beautiful button. What you need to do, just click on the button, see the terminal, and you will see fact is printed, because what it did, it basically called this fun fact method. Now let's just write our code to make things a little bit spicy. Okay, first let's clear the screen. So we'll call the clear method. This clear method will clear everything in our web page. After that, what we will do is we will create our page again. So basically, let's copy this, put HTML over here, and let's copy the fun fact as well. All right. What this will do is it will reload your page. But when we click on the click, we need the fact to be printed as well. And for this, we will have to fetch the fact. We will use an fact API to fetch our fact. So let me show you how we can do it. Create a URL, and this URL will be of the API from which we will fetch our fact. I have given the URL of the API in the description as well. Let me copy it over here, and also let me go to the browser and let me show you what kind of output this particular API gives. When I press enter, you will see the output which it gives is a JSON, and this JSON is having a key text, and basically we need to fetch this text key, and the value is actually a fact. All right, what we need to is we need to just call this method, fetch the text, and print it as well in our web page. Let's try to do that. For this, we will make use of a request module. We will say r is equal to requests, and we'll make a get call to our URL. Once you make the get call, what we need to do is we need to fetch the JSON. So we will say our data is equal to r.json, and from the JSON we need to fetch the text. We will say text, and for now, let's just try to print the data and see, are we actually able to see our fact? Let's try to run our code and let's understand what are we expecting. Basically, whenever somebody clicks on the button, the fun fact method will, and it will clear the screen, put the image again, and then it will create a URL and make a get call to the URL. And after that, we will fetch the text field from the data, but or the fact which we will get, and then we'll print the fact. And again, we will render the fun fact button. Alright, let's run the code. Go to the terminal, type Python 3 simple page.py, press enter. You will have your page again. This time when you click on the click me button, you will see that the click me button took some time to come, because if you go to the terminal, you will see a fact. Now this is a fact coming in your terminal. Where it is coming from? This is coming from the API which we just requested. What we need to do is we need to render this in our web page. For this, let's get back to the code. Instead of printing it, let's make use of the style method. This is from the output. Inside the style, you need to call the method put underscore text. This is again a method in the output, and this will output a particular text. What text I need to output is I need to output the data. Let me provide it few styles. So I'll say comma, create a string. Inside this, I will pass color as blue and font size as 30 pixels. Alright, let me just save it. Again, let's go to the terminal, close this program which is already running, and let's rerun the program. We will say Python 3 simple page.py, press enter. This time when you click on the click me button, you will see a beautiful fact printed. Apart from that, the click me button is again available. You can click it again and just get another fact. Well, click it again and get another fact. And finally, we have created a code in just few lines of code without actually using any complex framework. Definitely this video is going to help you, and if this video helps you in any way, just make sure that you leave the like button with your thumbs up and share it with your friends. And also, I know you will be subscribing me because you want to know a lot of things like this. So make sure you subscribe me so that you come to know about these kind of tricks and these kind of knowledge more in the future. We'll see you in the next video.